Greetings and welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to episode 467 of the Words About Games podcast, the weekly gaming podcast for Words About Games. I'm one of your hosts, Amy K. Alexander, and I'm joined this week by the glorious son himself. It's Daffin Moody.
Doodly doodly doo, everybody, it's Friday. You know what that means. Blame Vitz for last week's episode, okay? But it's that holiest of days. Fucking video game day, everybody. All hail video game day. Hallelujah.
There may be some truth to what my learning colleague was saying.
It's one of those things,
apologies
right,
for last week.
where it's like, I'm not mad, but he's not wrong.
Yes.
And we know it's all wrong for everybody when I am right.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I got the files for the podcast, and I was like, cool. Like, I threw them in DaVinci, and I was like, I'm just gonna hit play on it and just like listen to it. I was doing something at the time, I can't remember what, and I was like, I'm just gonna have it going in the background, and like, I think it was a good few minutes because I'm distracted and I'm clicking and doing things, and I was like, damn, Moody is not letting Vitz get a word in edgeways. And then it was another few minutes, and I was like, wait, I don't think I've heard Vitz speak yet. Click.
Yeah, there may have been some technical issues on my side where, you haven't opened OBS in a while, and then when you do, because you need to record the podcast for 1 week, and then you may have forget to tweak some settings in the back end to have your mic go in the right input so it picks up with your OBS. Yeah, there was a little bit of that happening. So apologies, everybody out there in listening land.
Why are there so many big gaps in the audio track?
In Vitz's defense, I did drop it on him saying, do you mind recording? And everything. So I could have recorded and everything like that, but I was just like, I can't be bothered. I won't lie. And I asked him, and he said, yes. And the rest is history.
No, that's true. You did. You recorded it. Like, I got files. They had video. I heard Moody. Loud and clear. It was my worst nightmare. Oops, all Moody. And like, we've had technical issues for the last 2 weeks running, and like, let's not forget that that's not the first time a podcast hasn't gone out.
That's true.
This year.
Yeah, it was just about what, 6 weeks ago, 7?
Give or
It
take.
wasn't too long ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
When do you reckon the last time was that all three of us were together on one Discord call?
I was going to say, like, and a miracle has occurred because we're also joined this week by the lone wolf himself. It's Vitz Patel.
What's good, everybody? How's my little soda pops doing out there in Little Land? Hope you're all doing great.
Yeah. I'm just like, there's 3 of us. I've had to change the overlay, I hope.
Yeah. Still the 2 of us just in boxes.
It's all the way up there. It's just 2 boxes, but like cutting everybody
just
off.
stuck in the Phantom Zone.
No, I think
That looks right, I think. Who knows? We'll see when it releases. You let us know, audience. Listeners.
My setup is a little bit insane. Like I've got a TV in front of me that's like 40 something, 2-ish inches, and then like a monitor on one of those like long things above it. and then but Amy, don't you have 3 monitors? I was like, not really, because the third monitor, which isn't turned on right now, is a 35-year-old CRT television. We don't turn.
But Amy, with all that real estate on your big old TV, could you not have it where, say, one of your windows is ever slightly smaller, and then you afford yourself more room to have?
Not if I want to successfully record the podcast.
Okay.
You have to be in full screen. It was the same thing, when we did all the charity streams and stuff last year.
Yes.
And it was like, I had to have this Discord call in full screen, and I couldn't put anything on top of it because OBS and Discord are
because resource manager at that point,
pieces of software. Where it's like you're still full screen behind something, but OBS goes, nothing there. Don't know what you're talking about.
Nope.
What
exactly?
Window?
Never heard of you.
I'm like, that window right there.
I'm pointing right at it.
But we live and learn. I have a third monitor. I've just got nowhere to put it. That's the problem. Like, since I've moved stuff around, it's like, it's no.
Funny thing, I had a third monitor, and then it kind of
exploded.
got broke on the way up. when I moved.
Oh, no.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
Yeah. It's still there. It's there in the corner, waiting for me to throw it out.
Just keeping a hold of it.
And
just
don't
in
feel bad,
case.
listeners. I too have a third monitor, but it is my teleprompter. So yeah, don't feel too bad for me. I'm all set.
Count?
I mean,
Hey,
technically,
I'm
it's
seeing you
not-
right now, aren't I?
Like, you can't use it as a monitor. Like, I wish
That's true.
I wish I had a teleprompter. Like, for the rare occasions where I go on camera for a video essay, like it's just so much nicer to have a teleprompter than not have a teleprompter.
Definitely, it really helps with when you're running my streams and when you're like doing a game show and you're trying to do your intros for all of our amazing contestants, and yeah, you've got your script right in front of you. You can see right through it, down the barrel. So yeah.
Like, even doing, like, I've done this intro to this podcast like 400 fucking times, and I still can't remember it half the time.
Yeah, but you've changed it a few times though.
That's fair, but not very
To be
much.
fair, yeah.
Not for a while though. I won't lie. It's been pretty much the same for a while, but it's like you changed it a few times during like from the beginning when I started.
Let's not go
multiple
down the
times.
roads of what's changed between episode 1 and episode 467.
Don't know what you're talking about.
We'll be here for a while.
Keith's got fatter, but yet more handsomer, clearly. So
And his hair grew back.
his hair grew back as well. He
forget.
got some pointy ears as well. Hey, look,
There you
I'll
go.
never forget. And he won't. I know he won't mind me telling this story because I'm sure he told it in public before. We were doing a D&D over Discord, and his camera kept going out of focus, and like he kept going, oh, like he's doing the thing, putting the hand up, and then it's coming back in focus, and then about 5 minutes later, it's unfocusing itself again, and like he kept going like, oh, I don't know, sorry about this, I don't know what's causing it, and like the technically minded, like the video producer minded people in the call were kind of sheepishly like sort of like looking at each other being like, I don't know what's causing it. And then like after a couple hours of this, like he said, oh man, I wish I knew what was called. I wish I knew why my webcam kept going out of focus. And I just went, bro, it's the fucking light bouncing off the top of your head. He had a light, like his ceiling light was directly above his head, and there was like glare coming off of it. And it was just like, I can't keep this charade up any longer. I'm so sorry, but this is what the crack is. And like, I've been trying to be polite for the last 2 hours, but if you put a hat on, your webcam will stop unfocusing.
yo, Keith, you're more shiny than a snooker ball on a snooker table.
Only when he's got a light directly above him.
Hey, to be fair, with my 5 head I've got going on right now, I'm getting there soon, so don't feel too bad, my friend.
I mean, have you seen all this grey?
Hair there, so.
Hey, I've got some salt and pepper coming through down here now, so
I'm getting a shiny head going on myself in a completely different way. I haven't dyed my hair for so long. You can see that it's actually grey.
Hey, I've been going grey since I was 18, so I'm all right.
You've been an old man since you were like 3 years old. I'm sure of it.
Okay, maybe when I was 18. When I turned 18, I just went full on.
like-
I already feel 60. Let's get along with it. You whippersnappers, get out of here.
Get off my lawn, you kids! No, it's like that episode of it's like Kevin and Perry, the very first episode of Kevin and Perry. Like, I'm reaching all the way back in time here, where like the clock strikes midnight on his birthday and he's the sweet little teenager, and then like boom, and then he gets the acne and all, he's like moody and shouting and stuff like that. But instead of that, it's like the clock struck midnight on Moody's 18th birthday and he just became a grandfather. Grandpa Simpson.
yelling at
He
clouds.
just went outside and started shouting at clouds.
Ain't it just?
Also, we love you here, Keith. Sorry about your head.
Or wear a hat next time.
He's going to hear this as well, so.
Good.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's weird. We're all here. The gang's all here. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
I wondered where you was going with that, but
I don't. It's just weird. It's just strange. Like, we like the first half of the year, we were all here together all the time, and then like the second half of the year, it was just like you'd think there was beef.
But it's like wrestling beef where it's not real, but we pretend it's real. It's that kind of thing.
No, we
I'm
do
not
that
being
all
on
the
the dare
time.
on.
We do that all the time. I'm sure there's people out in the world that think me and Moody fucking can't stand each other.
Fuck yeah.
said
There's
somewhere.
gotta be someone. There's gotta be someone.
Like, there's got to be somebody out there who's like, I don't care how much they say they're best friends and they really like each other and get on really well. They fucking hate each other and they can't stand each other.
But isn't that a sign of being best friends that we also fucking hate each other?
We do a little bit, yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, it's not like we were just arguing the other day.
I mean, how else are friendship tested if you don't hate each other? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. That's what I say. Yeah. Like it's
Love and
I think
hate,
that's
they're
complete.
just two sides of the same coin, right? Flip
It
that
really
coin
is.
on a given
Yin
day.
and yang.
Flip that coin on a given day, and one of us is catching strays in the group chat.
Mm-hmm.
That is
How's everybody doing?
We're doing okay. It's been a week. But you know what?
Yeah.
As Moody alluded to earlier, it is video game day. And yeah, weekends are fun times at the moment, so all good.
Yeah. How about you, Moods?
I'm hunky dory. Got one more day and then I'm off for a week, which I'm looking forward to with my partner. And then we're gonna chill, and then I'm gonna play some video games. I played some over the weekend, last
Seen you been
weekend,
playing video
and started a
games.
second thing. I know, and I'm hoping to finish the other one next over the weekend. I'll talk about it when we get to the cool stuff. But no, yeah, it's not a bad week. Not a bad week. Pretty chill. Crappy weather, but yeah. When you
All over the
you
fucking
don't come up to Scotland for the sunshine. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well,
Unless you hear when Amy turns up and it's just sun all the time.
I fucking hated
What to
it.
say about our age?
But it wasn't as warm as when it was when we were in Manchester.
No, because
So
we were in the middle of fucking. We were like in the middle of the fucking country, like
they really were
in the
yeah.
middle of the fucking farmer country. Fucking Donald Trump fucking banners flying all over the fucking place.
We
Sun
did, we
scorching
did.
down on the fucking thing. I thought, am I in fucking Staffordshire or am I in fucking Texas? What the fuck's going on?
Probably a bit of both. Let's just be frank here. Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, it was wild times down there. Wild times.
Wild times. Anyway, cool things. You said it. It's a segue that works for me. Moody, what's your cool thing this week?
I've got a couple. Cool thing number one is again, been saying it for the last few weeks that I've been on. Alien Earth, best sci-fi show out there. Go and check it out. Phenomenal. This last episode was probably the weakest out of all the ones that have just been awesome. But I think they finally now hit the wall of just like, all right, setup's all done. Next 2 episodes, some shit's going down, and we're gonna fucking love it. Yeah, it's I'm all for it. Like episode 5 was absolutely peak, and then this episode brought us back down to Earth, literally, because we were on Earth.
That's the name of the show.
I know, what a
did the
surprise! But no, yeah. Who knew? Like, I'll say it again because you didn't hear it from the last week's episode. I'll say it one more time.
did.
Who knew that I didn't? Who knew that this show knew what I wanted, but I didn't know that I wanted this? Who knew I wanted an eyeball to fight a xenomorph? Who fucking knew I wanted this? I didn't know I wanted this, but I fucking got it, and I was like, again, repeat, rewind, again. I was a kid on Christmas Day that day, but no, it was absolutely glorious.
That's a very weird Christmas, my guy.
That was very weird Christmas, no doubt about it. But no, yeah, I think it's now completely set up to now just completely hopefully pay off. There's no doubt about it. If they can nail the landing, I truly believe this could be one of the best sci-fi shows that we've had in a long time. When I say that, I'm like, probably not as good as Andor yet, because that's had 2 seasons, and obviously it finished incredibly, Andor. But I don't know if this is going to be if there's going to be a 2nd or 3rd season for this, because they haven't said anything. I don't think you need one, but if there's more story you want to go for, we'll see what happens at the end of it of the show. But yeah. It's been absolutely brilliant. The cast have been really, really good. Yeah, go and check it out, people. Alien Earth.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Second thing, Metal Gear. Playing the third Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Really enjoyed. I've only played this
thrill.
game before, obviously when it first came out. So I'm playing it again on like obviously the remake that's just dropped and everything like that. Looks visually gorgeous. I know we talked about people have complained about like certain like they're not hitting 60 frames and everything like that. I'll go into my topic later. No, it's I've really enjoyed it. It just feels like Metal Gear. It's like it is basically a shot for shot, just basically rezzed up to a better graphics and everything. And it's same voice cast that I know of. I don't believe they changed anybody. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I believe they used the original, the original VO lines, which recorded from
I
the
believe
original
so, yeah. It's Metal Gear. I love Metal Gear. Even though I never played the third one, but I loved pretty much every game leading up to it. Like I loved 1, 2, the prequel 3, and then obviously Guns of the Patriots for it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to replaying this and getting cracking on with it. And just gets me set up ready for Silent Hill Elf later on the week.
Silent Hill Elf.
And the last one I want to shout out, and that is Detroit Become Human. I replayed this over the weekend. I absolutely love this game. I want to shout out the some of the cast of Valerie Curry, Brian Dechart, Jesse Williams, and the awesome Clance Brown. I think they do an amazing job in the game and everything, and I think it's holds up really well. Visually, I think it's absolutely still an amazing game. And I'm just like, and I was looking at the trophies when I finished it, and I was like, I've only got 4 more to go. And those are doable ones. They aren't that hard. So yeah, I might have a look at that maybe. See how I feel. But no, I love the game. Go and check it out, people. Connor, OG.
Awesome. Just to piggyback off the second of your cool things, shout out to Laurie Allen, who played the boss, and for the release of Metal Gear Solid Triangle, as we call it here on this very podcast, she did a cosplay of herself as boss for X amount of years later, and all the rest of it still looks fantastic. So shout out to you for a phenomenal piece of cosplay right there.
Cool. Vitz, what's your thing?
So because of my technical snafus, I say technical snafus, my own incompetence, this will be the second part of a long-running tradition of Moody was right. You may not have seen on last week's episode. For audio listeners, Moody is celebrating the only way Moody can.
Twice. It's like a unicorn.
Absolutely. So this week, one of the cool things I would like to bring to the table is Predators, Killer of Killers. This is the animated feature-length movie by the one and only Dan Trachtenberg, who has effectively bought the Predator franchise back in a big way. They directed Prey. They're about to release Predator Badlands, which I think is November this year. I may be wrong on that. But Killer of Killers is an awesome piece of animated cinema. And I won't spoil anything for anyone looking to go in there. But they are absolutely on a tear. And I'm loving the fact that both the Alien franchise and the Predator franchise are seemingly in the best hands they've ever been in right now. With the Alien franchise coming back with Alien Romulus, and now we have Alien Earth, which is, by all accounts, an amazing level of quality. And now we're getting kind of the similar effect with the Predator as well. And shout out to Predator, Killer of Killers. The other thing that I dabbled, would you believe it, on a podcast called What About Games, I played a game this week. Well, I played a demo. I finally got around to checking out Formula Legends. So this is a little indie game, a kind of isometric top-down racer where everything has a kind of chibi quality to the car models and everything. And essentially, in this demo, you're given the choice to run through F1 cars from the 1970s, 1990s, and then the modern 2020 cars, and you get a selection of variations of tracks. One is Spa-Francorchamps, and one of the Hungara Ring for licensing reasons. None of these are kind of one-to-one, so there'll be slight changes in the course and of the team names. So Ferrari be Ferrero and stuff like that, and you'll have kind of play on words of various different drivers as well. But yeah, the handling model at the moment seems really, really good. And I believe this game is out either on the 18th of this very month of September, so kind of 10 days away. Actually, less than that. But yes, highly recommend checking that out. The demo is available on Steam Source, and I imagine everywhere else at this point. It is coming across to everything. And check out Formula Legends.
Everything? Can I play it on my PS1?
Maybe I was going to say yes.
Probably not.
I'm going to try.
It'll probably break her.
I'm going to burn it to a CD. Cool.
James, what would you like to talk about this week?
I want to talk about this card game that I've been. I reached to grab it surreptitiously because I was like, well, it's within arm's reach. If I'm going to talk about it, I might as well. It's called the Forest Shuffle. It's pretty simple. Like, you wouldn't think it from. It's got like the worst instruction manual I've ever read. Like the most confusing. Like, it's like a really simple game, and then what they've done is they've gone out of their way to explain how to play it in the worst way possible. But we watched a YouTube video and we're like, oh, that's what you're supposed to do. And it's pretty cool. You just like, you play cards, trees, and then on the trees you play all sorts of flora, fauna, animals. And like there's quite a few cards in there. And the idea is just you're trying to score points. And there's different like combos and stuff you could do. Different ways that cards interact with each other. So like you start off with like a hand of 6 cards, and then you kind of have to very, very quickly, but also on the fly, be like, okay, what the fuck is my strategy going to be like going forward? Like, you can't go in going, I'm going to do bird combos, because you don't know if you're going to get the bird cards that you need. So you kind of have to constantly adapt on the fly. But it's got a mechanic where you pay for cards. You pay the cost for playing cards by placing cards in what's called clearing. And when you draw cards, you can take cards from the clearing. So you have a little bit of like agency in terms of like, if there's cards in the middle that you really want, you can take those in if they're there when you're like drawing cards. So you can sort of see a card and go, I could use that card. You know what I mean? So it's got a bit of strategy to it, but you do kind of have to just fly by the seat of your pants. But I've been playing it like I've been around at Keith every week, and we've done pretty much the same 2 things. We've watched Harley Quinn, and we've played this game. I think I've played this game every week for the last 3 weeks. So I thought, hey, fuck it, let's bring it up.
Hell yeah!
And my Harley Quinn, the animated show, but I'm still in the process of watching it. It's fucking it's great.
Well, the one with Penny as the voice from Big Bang Theory.
Kaylee Cuoco.
Okay, Coco.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah, I've seen the clips of that show, but I've never. It's never been on anything that I'm able to watch on. So
that's the thing. Keith has the Blu-rays, so we've been watching those.
They have the touch. Some say they have the power.
Yeah, it's been a nice little we've been like exchanging things. It's like things that I own. We've been watching, and then he's put that on, and now I'd want to watch more of that. We just finished season 1 of 5. I want to say 4 or 5 seasons. It's very good. And that'll do it for cool things we like this week. Go check out those things if you like TV shows and F1 games and card games and TV shows. And David Cage games. Cool. Let's do the Words About Games podcast. Vitz?
Hello.
Tell us about Nintendo's new patent.
Yeah, so Nintendo is a company which has kind of a long and varied history of weird Nintendo decisions. And what they decided to do this week was get a patent or a patent, depending on how you pronouncing it, approved in the US for Well, let's run down the kind of bullet points in terms of what's involved in this patent. So, it covers a console or other system being used to run a video game from storage. The player controls a character in a quote-unquote virtual space. The player can perform an input command to make a sub-character appear, i.e. summon another character. If there's an enemy where the sub-character appears, the player can control a battle between the sub-character and the enemy. If there are no enemies where the sub-character appears, that sub-character will automatically move around. And the last one, the player can move the sub-character to a different location on the field, and if an enemy is there, they can control a battle between the sub-character and the enemy. So the long and short of it is that I believe Nintendo are trying to protect the kind of more of the game mechanics of their their fabled Pokemon franchise. And what it does, at least in America where this patent has gone through, is essentially it gives them the teeth to go after anybody who has similar mechanics. Yeah, so obviously there was the story about Power World and how they already had some form of agreement that if you have a creature which you summon via a ball, that is already a mechanic which is owned by Nintendo. And this is, we live in a world where the Nemesis system is owned by the Warner Brothers team, and yet they won't do anything with it, or when they try to, the game gets shelled. And now we're in a situation where we have this happening. Now, there are tons of games which kind of appreciate what Pokemon has done and are trying to put their own different spin on it as well. But for me, it sets a dangerous precedent of kind of restricting innovation in this space as well, because anybody who has ideas now in terms of, I've got this really cool idea, but you know what? I don't want Nintendo to come after me, and they will take my kneecaps because Nintendo is like that, and they are incredibly litigious and will go after anybody. And I just think it's a shame that they felt the need to do that because, for sure, like Pokemon is by far the biggest media IP in the world. Possibly like more than double than all of Disney or Marvel put together. And it's kind of, they're still looking to do this. I get protecting your IP, and say if people are using your assets and whatnot, by all means go after them kind of thing. But I think this is to the ruination of video games going forward. And it's dangerous because it even makes me think, okay, where does Persona sit in this? Because there's a lot of mechanics in that. In traditional Personas, I say traditional, like Persona 5 at least, and you would imagine Persona 6 is going to follow on from that kind of thing. Are they going to run into issues when it comes to summoning characters and having them fight an enemy and so on and so forth? So, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, but it seems to be another quote-unquote weird Nintendo decision to decide, okay, not only are we going to protect our IP, we're going to batten down the hatches so no one can have any fun anymore in this space. So Nintendo need to be doing Nintendo things. I'll open it to my learning colleagues to discuss.
Learned? Well, I mean, there's only one of us is sitting here with a Pokemon on their head. So
don't come to me first. Go to you.
Why me? I don't know nothing about Pokemon. I've been sitting here for the last 10 minutes ever since Vitz said it, trying to tie the summoning a character from balls to making a joke about testicles. So I don't know if you. I think
you just did.
I don't know.
To be fair, I think you just did.
I don't know if throwing to me is necessarily the best option. The patent has to be like all of the bullet points.
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, like, a console or other system is being used to run a video game. It's like, okay.
That's everything.
That's all of them. So, like, in terms of, like, Persona and stuff, it's like, I don't think the last two bullet points really apply to Persona. Because I know, like, you capture, like, Personas.
Yeah, they're the creatures of the way.
Use them in battle, but I don't think like you can't like independently summon them to like run around the map for you, unless they were thinking of doing something cool for Persona or different for Persona 6, I guess. But, I mean, video game patents stifle creativity. They always have. Like the art is built off of itself. You know, like you take everybody takes inspiration from the things that came before. You know, I think of like Fallout. You know, took inspiration from Wasteland, right? Like that for some reason that was the first one that came to my head, but I'm sure there's tons of them. You know, and when a company like Warner Brothers or Nintendo like patents like ideas, like okay, cool. Well, now no one can build on that. No one can build on the Nemesis system. Not even Warner Brothers. They don't release games anymore, but so I think in terms of like all patents suck. This patent sucks. I don't like it, but it's different. Like, and a patent is different from copyright infringement. When like Nintendo will all like Nintendo and all companies will always have to sue based on copyright infringement. Otherwise, they might lose the copyright. I don't think they have to sue necessarily every single time a patent is
like quote unquote violated or something.
Sure,
like that, entrenched on.
Violated is a good word. Yeah. So I think I don't know. We'll see what they do with it. Like at the end of the day.
Yeah. Moody, what your thoughts?
This is what Nintendo was going to do after Power World. Like this, they were going to do this ever since Power World, and as they didn't really win the lawsuit apart from getting them to change like certain legal terms in the game of Power World themselves, they were going to do this. I'm not saying it's right or anything like that. I agree with what you and Amy said. Patterns, I don't like them. I think it's just, I agree it stifles creativity and everything like that. But the same Nintendo thing, this is just a corporate thing. Like I get why the Nintendo things, Nintendo's going to Nintendo type of thing. But like I say, a lot of corporations do patents at the end of the day.
Surprise! It's all capitalism's fault all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, at the end of the day, and Nintendo, enemy. Rightly or wrongly, are incredibly protective of a thing that they've kind of made famous in their own way type of thing. So if they felt clearly, and I don't, again, just want to say, I know I'm a Pokemon snooge, I know that. I'm wearing a fucking hat right now.
Wait, really?
I have a ton of Pokemon right behind me and everything.
Just this man decapitated and scooped out the remains of Pikachu to put it on his head.
Yeah, exactly.
Pikachu's dead. That's why they cancelled the anime. Really killed Pikachu.
He won the Pokemon League, and then I thought, well, he's done now, so let's put him out to pasture.
Team Rocket finally stole that Pikachu. We know what happened to the Pikachu.
Exactly.
Really going to rip his t-shirt off in dramatic fashion, and he's just wearing the Team Rocket outfit underneath.
I don't know the dance stores poorly, but no, yeah, it's they were always going to do this. I don't agree with it. They felt like they're incredibly protective of their IP. Wrongly, like to stifle like creativity and everything like that. They go too far, but this was always going to happen, and so I'm not surprised. And it's clearly that they weren't able to get it anywhere else, that they've just locked it in America and everything. That kind of tells me that they probably, because internet laws are completely different, obviously, all over the place, and America is a very free roaming country. Warzone right now, yeah. Free capitalist, like you can patent basically anything there. They're very. I don't know what the saying is.
You can make anything happen.
I don't know what the saying is. I'm not a capitalist psychopath. Sorry, people. But no, yeah, like so, like that kind of tells me that this is they probably wanted to try and get it everywhere or more countries. Probably weren't able to do it because of certain laws.
It is interesting. Like the patent only exists in the US as per the news story we pulled from VGC.
Yes,
it is interesting. So if you make a game with these mechanics in the US, you're fucked. But if you make a game with these mechanics in France, you might be all right. I'm not 100% sure how the patent works worldwide.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. Like it's going to be very. I don't know what. I don't know the terms. I don't know how they've written it or anything like that. And it'll be worded specifically more just aimed for like more Pokemon type of thing. That's the thing what they're mostly defending here, or trying to defend for themselves wrongly. So like when you brought up like Persona, I don't think Persona will be hurt by this whatsoever, especially as like the Japanese company who's creating the game in Japan and everything like that, and they've got completely different laws, and they obviously you haven't heard anything from there or anything like that, because they've been doing this for years anyway. If they patented this type of thing in Japan and everything, they wouldn't have been able to put Persona out in Japan, and it's one of the biggest series in Japan all the time. So they've obviously, there's obviously like a quote unquote wording
dudes in Final Fantasy since like fucking at least 5. I'm pretty sure. So.
Yeah, and you've been summoning for a while, so it's I think this is more just to protect like the Pokemon part of like ball in a ball type of thing for me personally. And everything else, who wants to do it on everything else, they'll be probably fine with and everything. Like Persona 6 is still going to come out in about a year or two, so don't worry, Vitz. It's probably if it come out and if Atlas come out and say, well, Pokemon fucked us, I will apologize to you for that, okay? And we have to restart the entire game again and get rid of all the mechanics and everything.
Video games have been cancelled. Only Nintendo is allowed to make video games anymore.
Yeah,
well, remember that halcyon days where like all parents would refer to every video console as a Nintendo, then that's all we'll have anymore.
In my house, it was a PlayStation. Everything was a PlayStation.
What for me, it was that kid thing.
I won't be that distracted from homework.
I saw the thing. I don't know if you remember, I don't know how. I know Moody wouldn't have seen this because it was a social media thing. I think you saw it, Vitz. The thing of like Americans suddenly realizing that Nintendo wasn't as big in the 90s in the rest of the world as it was in North America.
Yeah.
It was the Claire Obscure developers did an interview and they were saying like, oh yeah, we didn't have Nintendos, like, so they played like Sega games and stuff like that, and then Americans everywhere losing their shit, like, what, they didn't play Super Mario RPG, they didn't play Final Fantasy, they didn't play this, they didn't play that. And it was like, well, yeah, they lived in France, so number one, like, we didn't get any of those games anyway, but also like Sega was legit until the Sega Saturn. Sega was legitimately like a bigger deal in Europe than Nintendo.
Absolutely.
Like, no one had one person when I was growing up had a Nintendo. Like, we all had Mega Drives and Master Systems, and then when the PlayStation came out, most of us got PlayStations.
Like, I was a kid when I got my first Nintendo console, and I'm pretty sure a year or two later, the next console came out, which was the N64. It'd be the N64, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So so I was just like, I was a kid anyway, so it was just like no difference to me and everything like that. Yeah, but
absolutely. Like in Europe, we got a different hardware version of the Super Nintendo, right? It's not like the grey and purple machine that many of our American friends are used to.
Yeah, Super Nintendo looks different, and like, I just find it really funny, like, watching people learn in real time. It was like, especially when you go down the thing of just like, so like, yeah, in Europe, like, Super Mario RPG didn't come out until the remake, like a couple of years ago. Like, our first Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy VII. Our first Dragon Quest was the one that came out on PS2. Chrono Trigger was on the DS. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, we didn't get any of these games because they didn't localize a lot of them for Europe, because it's multiple
languages.
exactly.
It was a very funny moment. I just, when we've just been talking about Nintendo games, old Nintendo stuff,
I think people forget that America is
not
very much
the
in their
center
own
of the world.
bubble. They're their own bubble where they think that they are the center of the world, and they're not.
yeah. It's like there's a lot more of us in Europe.
Yeah.
And we have a huge variety of different cultures and experiences and histories with all of these video game things. Like, yeah, that was funny. I thought it was funny.
It was. I was waiting for the ball so I can laugh along.
We should get one of those signs in the background, like a light up sign, and I'll just hit. It says applause.
Applause, yeah.
Applause, laugh, and please wrap it up.
Oh, of course, you gotta have to please wrap it up one.
I've got to have
You
a
have to have
please
a
wrap
please
it
wrap
up.
it
It's an
up.
iconic game alone. Like, those are the three things, right? You either applaud, you laugh, or shut the fuck up. Cool. Does anybody have any more Nintendo patents or just Nintendo in general things to say?
No, by the time you listen to this, dear listener, there'll be a shiny new Nintendo Direct. So hopefully you have a release date for Metroid. And on
Silk Song
the... There you go. Hopefully still something. And there'll be plenty of, or hopefully, fingers crossed, plenty of Mario stuff too, because I believe certain Italian plumber is celebrating an anniversary of some sort.
I saw people posting about this direct and being like, and again, like, you have people who are just taking the piss, right? Like I just did, saying Silk Song 2. But like, there's people who post like serious stuff about like, oh, I think like we'll see this because of this. And like there's been a few people posting about Mario's anniversary, which I didn't know about until like this week when the direct was announced. And also people say, but they never have one on a Friday. Why isn't it on Thursday? And I was like, check the date.
Yes.
But the people are posting about Mario's thing, being like, oh, they'll like, I hope they release Super Mario Galaxy 2, or I hope they release a remaster of Super Mario this. And I'm like, dream bigger, guys. Like, go with me here. What if they make a brand new Mario game?
No,
like,
don't be silly.
Have remasters and remakes like poisoned our brains so much that now the best we can hope for is like a re-release of something that came out 10 years ago.
Do you remember Super Mario 3D All-Stars, the all-digital game, which was for a limited time only available on the eStore, and then didn't contain Mario Galaxy 2?
I'll do you one better. Do you remember Super Mario Brothers, whatever the fuck it was called, the Battle Royale? That was out that was live for about 3 months or whatever it was.
Yes.
I found I was like organizing my footage this week, like all of the random game footage I have on my hard drive, and I came across footage of me playing that, and I was like, oh damn, whatever happened to that? And I found out it too was like, we're releasing this for a limited time, and then you're not going to be able to play it anymore. I'm like, why?
Nintendo,
like,
I tell you.
You're not driving revenue because it was free. Like, with 3D All-Stars, like, at least you're driving FOMO. Like, I mean, I say at least, like, horrible thing to do, like, totally, like,
artificial scarcity,
do not like. But like, at least you're driving FOMO, so more people will like pay you money for it. Like, I can see the corporate side of why you've done this. Why did you make a free game limited time? It did not benefit you in any way, and probably just pissed people off when they liked it, and then it went away. But then you released F-Zero, whatever the fuck number they put after it, and then didn't make that limited time. It's like, hang on a minute. Because I kind of like, but it's the only 2D Mario I've ever played, but I kind of liked it.
Absolutely.
And that in itself pisses people off. I'm just like, the only 2D Mario I've ever played is fucking Super Mario Battle Royale.
Yeah.
What? And I'm like, yeah, man. Again, didn't have Nintendos when I was a kid.
Yeah, to be fair, like the Switch was my first Nintendo home console. Like, I was lucky enough to have a Game Boy and a DS back in the day, kind of thing. But when it comes to the home consoles, Switch was my first one. No GameCubes, cool, no Super Nintendo, no N64 or anything like that. So no Wii's.
I mostly lived off of other people's consoles. So like, obviously, like, so the person I knew who had a Nintendo, it was the first one, the Nintendo NES, and like, they were my next door neighbor. So like, the parents were friends, so we were friends by like association, and sometimes we would swap consoles. So like, I got to play some Nintendo games. Still never played Mario, but I really liked the like the way you put the cartridge in the console. But
yes,
the first console I bought of Nintendo was a GameCube, because you got to have that Resident Evil.
Of course.
That's what sold me. It was like, oh, they're remaking Resident Evil and it's exclusive, and they're doing Resident Evil 4, and at the time it's exclusive. I was like, well, I got to have a GameCube. It's got
And
Resident
it looks
Evil.
so good. That remake still holds up. By the way.
Pre-rendered backgrounds, man. They still hold up. You
Uh-huh.
scale them up to the right resolution. They're pre-rendered.
The work is done for you. What more do you want?
Of course they look good. It's literal photorealism. Cool. Cool. I think that's going to do it for that topic. Let's do an indie game of the week, quick halftime, and then we'll move on to whatever else bullshit everybody else wants to talk about. Like me and my bullshit. I have an indie game of the week. This is the thing we do every week where we talk about a cool looking upcoming indie game that we think looks cool, we think you should check out, we think you should wishlist. You can't buy it yet. It's not out yet. That's the deal with indie game of the week. It's the upcoming part of the whole thing. But if you like indie games, scroll down to wherever you're choosing to listen to and or watch this podcast. There's a link to a Steam Curator page. That Steam Curator page has every single indie game of the week we've ever done on this podcast, which is over 150 indie games at this point. Well, that's a lot of fucking indie games, let me tell you. You like indie games? You like games. Fuck it. You like video games in general? You'll find something on there that you will love. That's the Words About Games podcast guarantee. Take that to the bank. Or to Steam,
Exactly.
I guess.
Put it on the back of the box.
Put that on the back of the box, baby. But this week's indie game of the week, it's called Coda. What is Coda, you might ask? Well, I've got some of the Steam description here. Coda is a narrative mystery adventure about a man trapped in a state between life and death. To escape, he must confront his memories, regrets, and relationships that shaped him. Set in a reimagined Istanbul, the game blends psychological drama, branching dialogue, and point-and-click puzzle solving in a haunted journey of guilt, healing, and self-discovery. Shout out to my boy Edge Magazine for having a preview of this. That's where I get a lot of my indie game of the weeks from. If anybody's an Edge subscriber or listens to this podcast, they're gonna be like, oh, I already know about this indie game like most weeks, because I get a lot of indie game recommendations from Edge Magazine.
No, this game looks incredible. Yeah, the art style is it's breathtaking. This is one that you have to check out on Steam, and as Amy alluded to, wishlist these games, people. Not only is it a good thing to do, it helps you out, because when this game does come out and it's left your immediate memory banks and whatnot, Steam will email you to say, hey, this game is out. And better yet, there'll probably be an introductory offer as well. And then on the back of that, if you think, you know what, I haven't got time to sink into this right now, when it goes on sale, Steam will hit you again with another email. It's that good. And it will make the developers feel so good when they see these wishlist numbers going up. So do yourself a favor and everybody else, wishlist this game.
And if you just want to feel popular, you fill your Steam wishlist. You'll get so many emails.
Exactly.
You'd be like, oh, I have another email today.
Exactly. Who is it this time?
Who could it possibly be? Cool. Yeah. Pera Coda. Sorry, my mistake. Pera Coda.
Yeah. Peracoda.
There's a link to it in the description. Click that link. Go straight to the Steam page. Watch that trailer. Look at those screenshots. Read the full description, because I ain't gonna tell you everything. And then click that wishlist button. It's for you more than it's for anybody else. All right. I think that's gonna do it for the first half of this podcast. Let's take a little break. Hope you like game shows.
What's good, everyone? I'm Vitz Patel. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, let's go.
It's time for Pixel Pop Stars, the video game and pop culture game show. Like this is platformers beyond. Enter your state of flow.
Season 2 of Pixel Pop Stars on Twitch and YouTube at Vitz Patel.
And we are back. As Vitz would say, back at it like a bad habit.
Damn right.
I don't understand that saying. I'm not going to lie. It's one of those where I just nod when someone says it, because like I understand the meaning, but without
it's a relapse
understanding.
situation.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. Back at it like a bad habit. I mean, I get that it rhymes as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's half the fun.
That is half the fun. I hope everyone had a good break. Everybody stretched, everybody listened to the cool Vitz song that played, that Vitz recorded themselves.
Yeah, sure did.
Asked out on social media and we're like, hey, do I know anyone who can sing? And then I don't know what happened next, but I presume Vitz got a lot of people saying, yeah, I could sing. Here, check this out. And then Vitz listened to all of it and went, I can do it myself.
That happened once. A lot of people said, yes, sure, I'll help you. And then radio silence. And then Paul Despawn actually came through and he laid down a demo track and I was like, this is great. However, it's not the vision that I was going for.
Sure.
And then I was like, you know what? You just got to find that confidence inside yourself and lay it down. And then I think I did.
You did, and it was great. Like, that's the creative process, though, right? It's like you can get, you can ask, and then you can get something, but then it's just like, it is really good, but I want to take this in a different direction.
Yeah. I want to take it several octaves higher than it didn't need to be. But I'm going to go up there. We're going to sing our heart out.
It's like, and then it can happen in the other direction as well, where it's like someone could give you something you never expected. Like the crediting video where you did a bunch of different lines. And then you did the Glenn Schofield quote, which I think was like the fourth quote that I'd asked you to record, and you did this weird Cockney thing, twang to it, and I messaged you back. I was like, do that again, but more.
Exactly. Yes.
And also, just for the record,
it's like this seedy Cockney act. Yeah, absolutely.
Just for the record, I did not offer to sing for Vitz and then bail. I specifically said, no, I can't help you with this.
This is...
I can do a lot for you, but I can't do that. I could sing and will sing on streams. Moody knows. We played Faz together. We sung the entirety of Bat Out of Hell together.
I was going to say, this is like, I can do a lot for you, but I won't do that as the B-side to that Meatloaf song.
It is, yeah. It was that was the first track of Bat Out of Hell too. But yeah, we did that. The ghost gets annoyed if you just talk around it. And we couldn't think of anything to say. So Moody started singing Bat Out of Hell. And I was like, I know all the words to Bat Out of Hell. I can join in.
There you go.
And Ryan, who was also there, I think was not impressed. Yeah, did not want to be there. Ryan didn't like it when we sung, and what that meant was that we did it more. Yeah,
yes, exactly. You double down.
Oh, 100%.
Me and Ryan were basically, we've had a feud since olden days. Does
the feud still stand? I'm curious about this.
I don't really think so, because we haven't spoken, I would say, in a long time, so I don't think there's really much of a feud. But I'm pretty sure, I think if we just cross paths, or if we just somehow ended up in a stream together, we'll be just like, you're dead to me.
It'll be like, no, there's no feud. We haven't played games together for like 2 years or whatever it is, and then
5 minutes later,
and then and then it'll be like, oh, Moody, guess what? There's been this big Faz update. Ryan's gonna jump on. Do you want to jump on? And you'll be like, yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be fun to see him again. We'll have a fun time. And then within 2 minutes,
exactly.
Amy would have left, and it's just me and Ryan trying to kill each other.
Exactly. It's both you trying to lock each other in the same room while the ghost is there trying to kill you.
The feud definitely began in Among Us. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't help.
No, she did not. No,
I definitely spurred their feud on quite.
There's a fire, and Amy was just like,
and I was just like, ooh, I have petrol.
This is clearly water I'm throwing on this fire, right? Why is it getting big? I don't know. This is water.
What's this hand grenade doing in my hand?
James, you know how I'm a self kind of confessed enabler? I think you need to admit the same thing.
No, I 100% do. But
she has, yeah.
It was in a very specific, because we used to have a saying on streams for the content, like the the reason I would enable these feuds, and it wasn't just a feud between Moody and Ryan, I enabled a lot of feuds while we were playing Among Us, was because we were streaming. I was trying to maximize the entertainment value. So like
That's what everyone did during COVID was stream.
even when I was involved in the feud, like me and Sneaky Pete had a feud that ran for about 3 or 4 weeks that ended with me walking out of a building and hearing Kara turn around and she's there in the car park. She followed through on a threat that she had made earlier that week.
At that point, you got to respect it, right?
I did, yeah. I respected the hell out of it. But yeah, what I don't think helped was because with Phasmophobia, obviously you've only got one person's perspective on the stream, so you want all of the entertaining, like spooky ghost stuff to happen to that one person, and that one person just always happened to be me. So like if ever someone needed to go off on their own and do something, that was me, which left Ryan and Moody alone together. So I don't think that helped.
I'm guessing at some point you just decide, I've got to be camera person here as well, and just like film the feud as you.
Sometimes I've got to be camera person. Sometimes I'm just like. Sometimes it's like because it had the proximity based chat, and it's like the ghost only reacts to people who are alone, and then it's like everybody looks at me, and I'm like, fucking fine. So I go in, but then I can't hear them. Because they're just in the van. But then when the ghost inevitably kills me because I fucked around and found out, all the chat comes through the headphones, and all of a sudden all I can hear is them two bickering. Just like cut right into the middle of some argument or another. They haven't even noticed I've died.
No, we haven't. That happened a few times.
Yeah,
I don't deny.
Yeah. I remember leaving.
Good times.
It was good. It was fun times. I remember leaving the computer for 3 minutes, coming back, pressing start game, and these chuckle fucks had turned the difficulty up to nightmare without telling me.
Yeah, this is where we went. Yeah, that's a bit fun, Amy.
Really
just waiting for. We were readied up. We already readied up, so we had to wait. She was the main person, so we had to wait for her and everything. And yeah, so yeah. It was fun. Good times.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I didn't notice the change difficulty. I didn't notice the timer when we got into the game was on 0. Exactly. We just walked in, and within about 25 seconds, me and Moody got fucking double killed. And I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
It'll do it for you. It'll do it for you.
It's a fun game. Yeah.
We got spiked at the same time.
I think when we get back to streaming, we definitely Among Us might be ambitious. Like I will work on like getting the Among Us crew together, but obviously it's a lot of people. And like the reason those like that came together like was partially because there was a lockdown and like we didn't have a ton to do. So, and then it stayed because everybody was having fun. But I think Faz is infinitely more doable because really it's just one person we need to get a hold of. And that person is still an enthusiastic gamer. But also, Moody, I would like to point out that during that conversation that we've just had, Vitz specifically said, we can do Faz.
Yeah, I know. I heard that.
Yeah, I want it on the record. There was a we.
I have this affliction where I say like the raw we. I don't.
I'll roll the tape back. I don't think that was a roll we. What do you think, Moody? Let's do a vote right now. Was that a roll we?
That was a real we.
I think that was a real we.
I think it really was.
Dang it. Okay, if I survive Alien Isolation, we can play Faz.
Got to play it in isolation first, mate, to get the Faz.
Yeah, that's your reward. You get through Alien Isolation, you get to play Phasmophobia.
Yay, more heart attacks.
It can be a scary game, like
we haven't played it in so long, so it's like I don't even know what the state is. We went back to it one time when they did a massive update.
They did a progression update, and I wasn't into it, but it's been so long now, it might just be like fresh again.
It might be fixed.
It's been a couple of years, but like it's one of those games where it's like it's easy to make your own fun.
That's what we did on the other ones, so
that's what we tend to do with a lot of games. Like we tend to make our own enjoyment out of them.
Yeah.
And if all else fails, just get Erica drunk.
Strategy that works.
What's pegging?
What's pegging? She wasn't even that drunk by that point. It was later. That was where she started.
She pegged me on the fucking Among Us table, I can tell you that. The amount of time she fucking killed me.
That is a statement.
Oh, you know what else we should do? We should get back to Jackbox. Remember when we played Jackbox?
Oh yeah.
That was fun. Like
Hell, I shared the new update to Among Us.
You did, to be fair.
None of
You
you
put it in the group
acknowledged
chat.
it. Just so you know that. None of you acknowledged it.
you shared it in the wrong group chat. You need to get back on the old group chat. Share it in there and see what happens. Because I'm pretty sure, despite the fact that we haven't played Among Us in probably like 2 or 3 years, no one left that group.
No, they haven't.
That group
I
is
think
still
one
full.
person has, but other than that, I think that's really it. Yeah.
Throw it in there, see what happens. Like a fucking hand grenade. Just
Like a goddamn hand grenade.
just toss it in and be like, and then like do one of those gifs where it's just like, and you never know. Maybe we get the whole fucking band back together. Then we're back to doing Among Us every Saturday, and I can make some more peak fucking content out of Moody.
Which chat is it? Is it?
Oh, it's got
not
some
WhatsApp.
ridiculous name. I think the name has something to do with Apple.
Is it in
Knives.
Discord or is it Messenger?
It's on Messenger. Like
Oh,
I
that's
think
why.
I think the name's it's got a weird fucking name because after like we used to name it after stupid shit people said, and I think it's got
Please let it
Apple
be what
Knives
is
in the
pegging
name.
now.
No, so Apple Knives came from one of Phil's things. How do you like them Apple knives? Because he
Fair
was
enough.
trying to say apples, but also knife.
Sure.
Because he
Have to log
stabbed
into
someone.
it.
It wasn't a play on words
Don't
about
like
putting like razor blades in apples and all that jazz.
No, it was
It
just
wasn't anything that clever. It was just a flub.
No, it was a flub, but like again, like it's a good flub. It works
Absolutely.
in the context of
Let's have a
comedy
gander.
that we're trying to.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
When was the last message sent?
What was the last message?
No, well,
last
not what.
year?
When? It was just last year. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. In the first month.
Oh, it was, just,
So
was
the-
it
the
Happy New
5th
Year?
of the- you started the conversation, and it was you, Amy, putting in a screenshot of begging for a pegging.
I mean, that sounds like me.
And then you
In
replied
more ways than one.
with this emoji. And then Keith said no comment.
Keith wasn't there.
who was-
Like, that's the best part about that. Like, I remember specifically Keith came partway through that stream and had no idea why we all had the giggles.
All 3 laughing emojis, and then Avril 4 laughing emojis, and that's it. That's the last comment.
Damn. Throw it in there. We'll when after we've done this, or even during when we've done this, just throw it in there. Be like, hey guys, the Among Us has a new update where you could do all this cool stuff. We'll see what happens. Anyway, this is a live
Did they
podcast.
add pegging,
We are
or do you
in
want me
fact-
to find out?
We are in fact recording. Let's get pegging. Wait until after the podcast, Moody, because I still have the picture saved.
What,
and I'll
of
send it
Peggy?
to you. Yeah. You know the picture that she said?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's the picture of on the group chat.
Yeah, no, I've got the full image.
Why do I need the image?
Because we crowd. Just because it'll be funny. Send the image. Send the full image. It'll get a laugh. Most people will remember.
Got a full send, Moody. You got a full send when it comes to this. Commit to the bit.
Also, it's very funny to talk about a pegging image and just leave that hanging. It's like no one knows what that is. You know what that is. Vitz doesn't know what that image is. Could be anything.
Of the image, yeah.
We didn't even show it on stream. We couldn't.
Yeah, you couldn't. Then you edited it in on the video. Yeah,
I edited in
I think
the
that's
guy's.
the last video.
I
think that's
edited
the
it in.
last-
I edited in the look
last
on the
video.
guy's face.
Yeah.
That was it. I couldn't zoom out. I was like, sorry, you can't have the full image. I apologize.
It's what happens when all 3 of us are back on the podcast.
Hell
everybody.
fucking yes. Shit gets done.
Now, what pegging do you want to do, Amy?
I mean, yeah, sure. The pegging vibes work for a cozy book simulation game.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
I'm sure they might have some pegging books in that bookshop. Who
I
knows?
haven't
Hang
seen, I
your
haven't seen
coat
any.
up on the clothes peg and get on side Amy's Tiny
Exactly.
Bookshop.
See, if it's some nail pegs for your tent. Who freaking knows?
Ames, what's your topic that you'd like to talk about this week?
It's not a tent. I've been playing a
She was
game.
waiting for one of those.
I do, which I do from time to time. But today I thought, you know what? I'll spend a little bit of time telling you all about this cool new game that I've been playing. It's called Tiny Bookshop. It's a previous indie game of the week. It's a game I've been looking forward to for a while. And like right off of the bat, I'm having a lot of fun with it. How do I know I'm having a lot of fun with it? So yesterday, I was like, cool. Like I finished the game that I was playing, which is I'm making a video about, and I was like, cool, I finished that. I have a bunch of games. I haven't really been playing too many indie games recently, mostly because I've spent months playing Dragon Age. That's not the video that I'm making, but I was just looking through. Sorry, my laptop wasn't muted there. I was just looking through my games and I was like, cool, indie games that have come out this year. Let's see what I've missed at the moment. I was like, I want to play this bookshop game. I'll sit down and I'll try it for an hour or maybe like a couple of hours, right? Just get a feel for it, get my feet wet. I've got stuff to do. 6.5 hours later, I closed the game down and went, well, time to go and be productive for the day. What the fuck does that? Why does that clock say 4 o'clock? No, what? I didn't even eat lunch.
For those who aren't aware, I'm just going to give a little excerpt from the Steam description here. So this is Tiny Bookshop by New Loaded Games, published by Skystone Games. Leave everything behind and open a tiny bookshop by the sea in this cozy narrative management game. Stock your tiny bookshop with different books, items, set up shop in scenic locations, and run your cozy secondhand bookshop while getting to know the locals.
Hell yeah, that's the game. It's a cross section of so many like special interests of mine.
Yes.
I'm sure I have at one time or another expressed the desire to both of you, potentially individually, that I would love nothing more than to run away to the, I said the countryside, but the seaside works just as well, to like open a bookshop and forget all about everything.
Yes, the horrors of video games.
There's a reason every time somebody asks me, hey, which video game would you prefer? Would you like to live in? My answer is never changed. It's Stardew Valley. There's a reason. But yeah, no, so like there's that part of it where it's just like, this is kind of like a secret fantasy of mine. Not secret. This is kind of just a fantasy of mine. Just run away and sell books. There's the books themselves, which is just like, I read a lot. I always have. I've enjoyed reading since I was a kid. The delightful thing about this game is the books in the game are all real books. And I'll get to that in a moment, how that impacts the gameplay in a moment. And I just like, I enjoy cozy games. I enjoy narrative games. I enjoy games where you like go to a new place and get to know characters. And like, as much as this is a management game, it's about like, you know, you buy like furniture and decorations for your tiny bookshop. It's like a little caravan thing, you know, extra shelves.
It's a trailer, right?
Extra books. Yeah, it's like a trailer. Like it is a narrative driven experience where it's like you meet all of these different people and they all have like these stickers that you can collect, which are like memories. Some of them are like quest chains and some of them are just like things you can do for them, right? So it's like, hey, collect some seashells for this one kid, and then another one is like, I'm going to take you down this like huge quest chain of like 5 different steps. It's like, cool, I'm in. Like, and you get to know these people as you do that and integrate into this community. But so it's like those two things. There's like a side plot involving like a kid who wants to set up a theater stage and put on a performance of William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. So like even like drilling through like all of my special interests, like, okay, so now we're in a theater. It's like, is there anything about this game that like
Shakespeare, ding 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 ding,
isn't gonna like isn't gonna check every single box of every single thing that I like. And so far, it's well on its way. But
Is there any trauma about video game shows in there?
not yet.
Okay.
I'm expecting in the last act for me to buy a box of books and it just pop out of it. And be like, it's time for video game Fitzpity. And I'll be like, yeah, this tracks. I totally get where this game is coming from. And I will have some words with the developers. But yeah, no, like the gameplay loop is very much just like there are a bunch of different locations that you unlock throughout the course of the game, and you drive your tiny bookshop to one of these locations to sell books. And you just buy secondhand books to fill it up. And it's like there's different genres. It's like I want to say like 8 different genres of books. And different locations will have different preferences, right? So you go to the waterfront and you'll sell more travel books and more fact books there. Whereas if you go to, say, the beach, you'll sell more kids books, more fantasy books, which is just genre fiction. It includes sci-fi and stuff like that, and more drama books. And the gameplay loop on each day as you do it is people come in, they buy books. There's a percent, depending on how many books you've got and how your different decorations will give you bonuses to selling specific types of books. Or maybe it's it'll be a trade-off where it's you'll get a plus 5% chance to sell crime books, but a minus 5% chance to sell kids books or something like that. And it all comes to this percentage of just a person is looking for a crime book, and there's a 40% chance they'll buy it, and then that'll keep the chain going where they'll pick up another book and another book and another book. So you have to be mindful of what genres of book, how many of each genres of books you're taking at different locations. But people will also ask for recommendations, and this is probably the one of the really fun parts of the game for me, where it's just they give you I'm looking for this, right? I'm looking for something I really but they won't tell you specifically what they're looking for. It'll just be I really like science fiction, but I don't want any romance, and I'm looking for something that's really long, a part of a series. And it's cool, and then you get to go through all of the books that you've brought with you and check what you've got, and then give them a recommendation based on that. And you're looking for a perfect recommendation, or you can give them a surprise recommendation where it's this isn't exactly what you've asked for, but trust me, it's that trust me thing. It's I know that you'll like this, but because all the books are real books, it's super interesting to do it where it's I'm discovering new books as I'm doing
you're
this.
learning as you're playing. Yeah, 100%.
But I also obviously know a lot of the stuff that's already in the game, right? I'm seeing books I saw Starstruck, which is an old graphic novel written by Brendan Lee Mulligan's mother, Elaine Lee. The fact and they based one of their D20 seasons on it, and I'm that's in the game. Wow, gone down, right? It's cool to just not necessarily even have to read the blurbs of these books and just be I know exactly what I'm looking for. You want this one, there you go. So that is a really fun part of the game for me. And just the whole gameplay loop is just super because it's one of those games where you set yourself your own goals, right? It's just you're following these quests, or you want to save money to buy this second bookshelf that you can put in your trailer so you can take more books with you out on the road, or just I'm super interested in this or this or this or this, and it's just you get into that sort of one more day cycle really easily of just because I'm okay, I'm doing this, and then once you check that off, you're oh well now I want to do this, or now I have to go back to do this to complete this quest line or stuff, and then the next thing you know, it's 6.5 hours later, and you're just where the fuck did the day just go? What the fuck? And the fact that I could have kept going. Easily could have kept going. This is, if you're into cozy, narrative driven, light, I would say light management. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a heavy management mechanics. Definitely light management mechanics. You're gonna like this game. And then I think if you're someone who reads a lot, or even is just a casual reader, I think that is cherry on top. That's gonna add like a lot to the experience for you personally.
Yeah.
And if you're not, like, it's cool, like you can read all of these blurbs and figure out what book to give to what person, like, super easy. Like I've done it with like I don't know very much about travel books, right? It's like it's not something I read a lot of, but I can give travel recommendations to people who are looking for them by just like seeing what they want, seeing what these books are, and going, yeah, you know, it's like keyword almost. Like I'm looking for keywords in this thing.
Oh yes.
But yeah,
and
it's really cool.
yeah, congrats to everyone involved at New Loaded Games and Skyscraper Games. They've sold 300,000 copies as of last Wednesday. So hell yes.
It's fucking cool.
There's a demo available on Steam, which you can try now, and the game is currently on Steam for just shy of 17 of those great British pounds.
The old $16.99, and it's in a couple of bundles. So if you own Discounty or you own Is This Seat Taken, you can get it for a little bit cheaper.
Absolutely.
Or if you want to buy both of those games, you can get both of them for a little bit cheaper.
There you go.
Very, very highly recommended from me. Like based on one play session, one very long play session.
Yeah. Where'd this time go? Oh no!
What just happened?
It's a time sink.
Yeah, I'm glad it shows. I had a list of about 5 or 6 games like I was looking at installing and playing, and I decided on that one because I played like 3 big RPGs like back to back to back. So I was like, cool. What's like the opposite of that? And it was like a gameplay light is what I'm looking for here. Like,
yeah, definitely.
But there's definitely like it's definitely quite crunchy in its management. It's fun to manage your bookshop, which is nice.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for.
If books are your bad, then check this out. Once again, Tiny Bookshop.
Put books in the bag. Now, judging by Moody's reaction to that, like review, and the fact that I didn't specifically say anything particularly funny, I'm gonna check my phone real quick, while Moody introduces the next topic of the podcast.
I didn't do anything.
You changed you changed the name of the group. I didn't do anything.
Paul's up for it. But no, yeah, that's. What's my topic?
You were looking to talk about like a deal for Take-Two to fund Perfect Dark development fell apart because Microsoft it's got just too much money but can't afford to make a single game right now.
Yeah, that's it. Deal. Take-Two. We're looking to purchase Perfect Dark and to continue the development of that. But Microsoft basically said no, not now, not ever. It sounds like going off what I read when we talked about it last week. It's when
you talked about it and Vitz was silent for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
I just let him ramble on. That's what it was.
Yeah, he just let me ramble. Yeah. That's how we roll. That basically it just sounds like Microsoft did not want to sell. They want to keep the IP. It sounds like that was the thing was the ultimate thing that made them pull out or anything like that. And I think I said last week, ultimately it comes down to, I think it was money. And I think they wanted more. Obviously this has not come out or anything like that. It's just they wanted more for an IP they are not going to use at all. Like they killed the game, they killed the game and killed the studio, firing thousands of people on the way to that. And just so you know, Take-Two, I don't believe you bullshit and say, well, because we couldn't get this game and become full owners, we had to fire some people at Square Enix. Crystal Dynamics. Well, I don't believe you. Okay, you're a joke. But either way, just Microsoft just again, it's like they had it. It's like they allowed. Like I completely forgot about this until I saw a podcast about it. Someone talking about it, where like they allowed that the rhythm game they had last year that was an incredible success.
Hi-Fi Rush and Tango Gameworks.
Yeah. To come back to life, and it's now continuing to flourish and everything like that, getting development and whatnot. And they just couldn't allow this one. It's for reasons of just like, we want to keep the IP. You're not going to touch it. You're
Yeah,
not going to touch this for like the next 10, 20 years. And by then, the IP which you thought was so grand that people were craving for is going to be completely even more obsolete and uninteresting to people even more.
Yeah, at this point, it's turning into a bit of a perfect chalice, and what they,
Poison
Cooler Head should have
chalice.
prevailed with this in terms of, okay, we may want to hang on to the IP as a whole, but what if we just license this out for so we can get a experience out there? Because the demo they showed, I want to say last year's Xbox Summer Showcase, so outside of outside of that, in terms of they had a demo which did actually feature gameplay from what I gather from other people who said they saw people on sticks playing this game, and for sure this comes with a caveat of for demos and showcases we're often seeing vertical slices of games which aren't representative of what the full game experience could be or the quality therein.
Never.
Exactly.
I'm still waiting for that version of Aliens Colonial Marines to come out, man.
Exactly.
Any day now.
Oh, that pisses me off. That looked good. That's what pisses me off.
The ultimate vertical slice.
Yeah. So there's a lot of this going around, and for Microsoft for the bean counters over there who seem to be only obsessed by money. But yeah, that like as Moody alluded to, it's like one evil corporation doing another thing, or the evil corporation. That there's no good guys here apart from the developers who were putting the hard graft in to put this game together. And from what we saw, at least this game was a distance along. I don't want to say it's a fair distance because I'm unfamiliar with the ins and outs of what used to be that studio, and it's kind of the greatest kind of crime of them all in all of this is all those developers who put years and years of work into this. Their work will never be seen. They'll never get to put this in demo reels. They'll never get to put this in portfolios to take to other studios to say, hey, look at what I can do, kind of thing, because everything will be kind of locked down under copyright laws when it comes to we don't own this thing, so therefore I can't.
And NDAs are like hardcore.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's years down the drain, and it's one of these where a number of these people would have up sticks to move their lives, move their families to be at the studio when we're making this game. And we have the commitment of Microsoft, one of the biggest companies on the planet, and it's kind of even that wasn't enough for it to be sustainable, because as we know, Microsoft doesn't understand what that word means. And it's one of these where it's not necessarily just the developers you need to worry about. It's all the heartbeats connected to that developer. So it's their partners, it's their families, it's whoever else like kind of moved around. It's their whole network. And it's kind of, lives were upturned for this game, and for it to, one, fall apart anyway because Microsoft didn't know what they're doing, but then stopped Take-Two from potentially bringing their work to fruition is it's a crime on a crime, and it's just sad all the way around.
Yes, I agree with everything you just said. Like I obviously, as people know, I have a long-standing contention with game publishers who do nothing with their IPs. Like even just like re-releasing classic entries of the game so that people can play them again. I've had a lot of words to say about things like that. Like canceling the game, fine, right? Like it happens. Games get cancelled. It's unfortunate that the game was shown so people knew it existed, and obviously the layoffs that followed that cancellation, not fine. Like you didn't need to lay those people off, Microsoft. You're a $16 squadrillion fucking company.
Yeah.
It's not those developers' faults that you're throwing money into a black hole called generative AI. The issue then comes where it's like someone was willing to step in and fund the development of this game. Cool. What are you going to do with it, Microsoft? You're not doing anything with it. Like you could have made money. You could have made money out of this deal.
Yeah, some money is better than no money.
Yeah, you're going to make no money out of this because you don't have anyone else working on Perfect Dark anything Perfect Dark related. Like, so what money are you going to make? It's an argument. Obviously, I've learned a lot about game preservation in the last few years. And I think me and Moody even talked about it once when it came up on the podcast, where it's like, it's an argument that the ESA makes on behalf of a lot of game publishers, which is just like, no, we can't let people, play old games, because then maybe if they decide to re-release them, like, they'll make less money, because like we don't rebuy games ever. Like,
There's not a collection of games
no.
around Amy.
Hey, Vitz, how many copies of Resident Evil do I have?
Yes.
The answer is yes. And whenever they re-release it, what do?
To buy them all again.
Buy the fucking game again. Like, it's like there's a disconnect between publishers thinking they'll earn less money and the money that they'll actually earn. I said for years leading up to Resident Evil being re-released on GOG. On PC, that like they're leaving money on the table by not re-releasing the original trilogy. And it turns out, I was right. Like, people went out and bought the fucking thing, because of course they fucking did. Like, Resident Evil fans are crazy. I'm a Resident Evil fan. I'm crazy. Like, and it's this idea that like at some hypothetical point in the future, Microsoft will like do something with Perfect Dark. Like, no, you won't. Like, what are you gonna do with it? You're going to re-release Perfect Dark Zero,
right?
Yeah. Like, you did Perfect Dark Zero, and then you left it on the table for 20 years, only to cancel the next game that you were making. That people were somehow still interested in, despite the fact that it clearly had very little to do with Perfect Dark. Like, I liked the look of the gameplay demo. I don't know how much of it was actual gameplay. There was definitely things in there that I couldn't envisage being able to do with, like, a controller or, like, a keyboard and mouse. But, like it had a Perfect Dark skin over a completely different type of game, and people were still excited for it. That's quite rare. I don't know if you've noticed, like, looking into like online discourse and stuff, it's like if you change a tiny little thing about a video game, like, people like there will be a backlash, and it's like there was no backlash. People just wanted new Perfect Dark, and then you just killed it for. I'm assuming there was some problems in development, given how long the game was in development for. Like, cool, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I just know, like, if there was another publisher interested in taking this game to the finish line, the problems couldn't have been that bad.
Yeah, 100%. It's like whether it's milestones and there were too many were missed for their liking, or they just saw the writing on the wall of a quadruple A game or whatever it was at that point, and all the BS that's around it. It's kind of like they set the team a Herculean task to begin with all the hype for, and like you say, Ames, like Joanna Dark, as much as people like the original like on N64 and things like that, or at least that title. I'm unaware if there's previous Perfect Dark titles or that kind of thing.
No, that was it. There's been two.
Yeah, and it's kind of
three. There's a Game Boy game as well.
Okay, yeah, and then so we had like Perfect Dark Zero, and that was pants. It's kind of, well, the opening mission was like, okay, well, we're gonna go to space, and then it turned out to be a simulation, and then we got yes, there you go.
Right,
there you go. For audio listeners, Amy's holding up her copy.
It's not very good.
Yes. But yeah, you're absolutely right what you're saying. This is forever going to be a dormant franchise now, because nobody will be able to stump up the money to it, because their time has come and gone with this, and it wouldn't be financially economical to do this to get the rights off Microsoft. And they'll just sit on this IP in the same way that kind of people bemoan Ubisoft for sitting on Splinter Cell and not doing anything with it, kind of thing. And I'm sure there's a ton of examples of that as well. And it's just a shame all around.
It's a lot. It's a lot like Sega announced all of those games that they're bringing back a lot of their classics and like remaking them and like doing all this stuff to it. And one of the games they're doing is Crazy Taxi. Sick. Crazy Taxi is a lot of fun. Like, it's a fun arcade racer. And
Yes.
then you read later, their plans are they're going to make this big AAA open world. No.
The
What are you
super
doing?
game.
Like
Yes.
that's not their super game. I don't think they've announced their super game yet. But it's like it's a fundamental misunderstanding of the appeal of Crazy Taxi. To the detriment of the game, because it's like if you're going to make a Crazy Taxi that's open world and AAA and has the high fidelity graphics, and I'm assuming a licensed soundtrack, since that's one of the most iconic things about Crazy Taxi, is like, how much is that going to cost? How much is this game going to have to sell? Are you going to sell it for $80? And I think Perfect Dark's in that sort of same position where it's like, I think Perfect Dark is a classic. I don't think it's a tentpole. And it was being set up to be one. And I don't think the license could have necessarily supported that. Again, there's only been 3 games, and 2 of them, well, one of them no one's ever fucking heard of.
Yeah, exactly.
And another one is infamous for being disliked widely.
Yes.
Let's put it that way. But like, I sat down and played Perfect Dark earlier this year when I was making the N64 video. And I played it on Xbox 360, and you know what? I had fun. Like, it's a fun game. Like, you could just make a cheap, relatively, like, and I don't mean cheap as in, no, make a bad game. I mean, like, you could make a game for a relatively modest amount of money and get a modest return on it.
Yeah, nobody sets out to make a bad game to begin with. External factors may make a game be like a poor as a result of that, but
things
nobody...
happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And even quote unquote bad games, like there's like art. Like there's like, hey, this game is really good, and then there's this game I don't like so much. But then there's entertainment, and I feel like there's like this category of game where it's like, would I say this is a good game? No. Was I highly entertained while I was playing it? Yeah, I was. Like, and there is that category there. It's like you can hit that. You can be those fucking Zelda games that came out on the Philips CDI way back in the day, where it's like, would I call those games good? No. Are they extremely entertaining? Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just maybe not for the reasons the developers intended. But sure.
Do I think they're amazing? I absolutely do think they're amazing. In a different way than I think Blueprints is amazing. But yeah, no, to bring it back to this, it's just it's bullshit, but it's like what Moody said about the Nintendo patent back towards the beginning of the podcast. It's like it's bullshit, but it's bullshit that every video game publisher is perpetuating by just like keeping such a tight grip on like the games that they've released that like you can't fucking play them. There's a reason I have a massive collection of PS1, PS2, Xbox 360, PS3, Wii games. It's like you can't play a lot of the games that are sitting behind me right now, except on original hardware. Well, and there are other means.
Case in point, yeah.
There are other means
Exactly.
as well. But we don't talk
a...
about those.
No,
we do not officially condone those means on this podcast.
Of course.
Yeah, it just sucks, man. Like, someone was going to come in and pay for it. What the fuck are you smoking at Microsoft? I don't understand.
Microsoft going to Microsoft.
Sure.
At the end of the day. But no, yeah, it sucks at the end of the day. People could have got a game that they were excited by.
A lot of people could have get that job.
Exactly. You know it's really bad when Take-Two look like the semi good people.
Crazy, right?
In this situation.
And like you're talking about the quadruple A games. We've had 2, Skull and Bones and Perfect Dark.
There you go.
I saw the thing. I don't know who said it. It was the Devolver Digital guy was talking about GTA, and I don't know if he was being sarcastic or not. He was like, "Oh yeah, we've got GTA 6, the quintuple A video game," and I was like, "No, why are we doing this?
Did we not learn anything?"
No, that's just a scream. That's what makes me think. It wasn't. Yeah, GTA 6 set of break boundaries is the world's first quintuple A game, which I'll point out is 5 A's, and it does just look like someone screaming. And honestly, big mood. Big mood. But then, like, whether he said it tongue in cheek or not, everybody's taking it as like serious, and it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, we're doing it. We really are doing this. Oh no. But yeah, what do I know?
Let's just remember, everybody, Microsoft is a cancer to the games industry, and they always have been.
The software industry as well.
The software industry, yeah.
Yeah. Crazy that. It's almost like they've always sucked.
And everyone's impressed because Bill Gates managed to jump over a chair that one time. Like, no.
I think he just unlocked a core memory. Cool. Anyone else have anything else to talk about Perfect Dog?
Let's roll. Let's keep on rolling into them titties.
What you should do, what everybody out there should do, is they should buy old games consoles and buy old games and play those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And make sure you have warranties when you buy these old game consoles.
Yeah, just don't buy fucking launch model PS3s. They don't fucking work. They beep at you and then a red light flashes and you go, fuck, not again. Let's play OpenCritic Head-To-Head. This is the game we play every week where we try to guess the OpenCritic average of upcoming games. Whoever gets closest to the score at the time of recording gets a point. If you manage to guess the score correctly, you get 2 points. A couple of weeks ago, we tried to guess the OpenCritic average of Hollow Knight Silksong. It was an interesting one.
It was.
Moody, you guessed it would get a 90. Vitz, you guessed it would get an 89. I guessed it would get a 95. At the time of recording, Hollow Knight Silksong has an OpenCritic average of 92. And I'm going to be honest, I did not know OpenCritic could actually do triple digits.
Yes.
In its graphics. Because when that baby dropped, it was 100.
It was, for context, dear listeners. We hit triple digits. It was 100. It was the greatest game ever, and all video games should just pack it in because we cannot get any better than this. It became the S rank of games when it came to this. But when I was looking around this morning, chatting to some friends, it was a Ratatouille stage. But now he's dropped to a slightly less respectable, but still very, very high 92.
It's not even the best reviewed game of the year anymore.
Exactly.
Means it's shit, right? That's how it works, yeah.
Oh, it works.
Yeah. I'm not even playing it. I played a game about a bookshop. It was like, Hollow Knight? Nah. Let me recommend Shakespeare plays to people. I do that in real life anyway.
GG's for Moody for the points on that one.
Yeah, you got the point. It was close. It slid and slid and slid, and then it just slid a little bit too far to give me the point. But it's fine because it just gives me a lot of fantasy critic points.
Yes, this is true.
But yeah, no, like, congrats to Team Cherry for releasing a banger that has caused absolutely no discourse to happen on the internet whatsoever. I'm almost tempted, like, you know how people are like, oh, this game is too hard. Oh no, it's actually really easy. I'm tempted to go into every single post and just link my Elden Ring video in every single reply. I made that video because I thought the difficulty discourse was going to happen when Elden Ring Night Rain came out, and it didn't, but it did happen a couple of months later.
I remember seeing Steve Saylor just doing the complete facepalm because he was trying to get people not to drag accessibility into
the difficulty
topics around difficulty and whatnot. So there's still roads to go in order to change people's minds when it comes to that, or at least change their perceptions and perspectives.
Yeah, my favorite
never will.
My favorite post about the Hollow Knight difficulty thing is because there was the post by someone on Bluesky. I can't credit them because I don't remember who did it, but I was cackling. Was where someone posted, and I'm gonna paraphrase it, where it's like, oh, so they didn't give out review codes, and now they're putting out a balance patch to lower the difficulty. So does that mean everybody was playing on video game journalist difficulty? I was like, fucking get him.
That's it, yeah.
That was fun. I enjoyed that one. But we also tried to guess the OpenCritic average of Borderlands 4, which was last week's. It was one of the few things to survive the podcast. Vitz, you guessed we get a 78. I'm guessing one of you two put in the number 69 for me, and I was like, fuck yeah, it's Borderlands. Like, that's just so appropriate. I'm not going to change it. But I specifically messaged you immediately when I saw it to be like, just so you know, I haven't missed it. I'm just choosing not to change it.
Exactly. Commit to the bit is what Amy's doing right now, yeah.
Moody, you guessed we get an 82. At the time of recording, Borderlands 4 has an OpenCritic average of 85. It's a big number.
Congrats, Moody.
Big numbers. Well played. GG's. As the resident Borderlands, I was going to say expert, but fan, are you planning on playing the Borderlands 4?
No. I have no one to play it with, but no. I had no interest in playing it anyway. Like I was saying to Vitz last week, like I have the love I had for like Borderlands 1 and 2, especially because like 2 I think's one of the best first person shooters out there, like for me. Like it's that along with like Siege and Apex. Like I think they played incredibly well and whatnot. But the discourse from the third game, the discourse from the asshole, and everything else, it's just the love I had for this franchise has gone, and it's just
man, that's a fucking shame.
I'll always have Borderlands 2. Like I have it on digital, I think. If I wanted to replay that, I can, and everything and whatnot, because I do enjoy that. Like, but like, yeah, it's the flame, but the flame has gone for that franchise for me. It is just what it is.
Yeah, there was an interesting story going around this week that we were talking about over in Discord about the kind of expectations coming from the leader of the studio there, one Randy Pitchford, and how they were kind of conflating recommended specs with kind of minimum specs and stuff like that. And so there was a little bit of shenanigans going on. But
I think he just missed.
Why wouldn't there be?
Like,
that's
what
it.
happened.
That's it. So,
but when it comes to the specs part and everything like that, like that's something that's not.
No, I
not
can't
a shenanigans thing or anything like.
I can't believe you put me in the fucking position of agreeing with Randy Pitchford. How dare you?
Like, this is the thing about it. Like, it's happening. Like, this is the reason why like games sometimes struggle like to hit the 60 frames. Like what happened with the discourse with Metal Gear and everything. It's because of this. Like, there's so much hardware, so many graphics cards that you have to cater to, and.
There's got to be a line, right? And that line is the minimum specs that are listed on the store page. Yeah. If you're below that line, I think it is reasonable to say like, look, if the game doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? Like I played Ironfall earlier this year, and Avowed actually, and both of them, like I was below the minimum spec for the processor, but both of them ran like quite well. Obviously, like lowered settings, like I wasn't playing them on ultra or anything. But then like. Switch to that, it's like I had to rebuy Dragon Age Veilguard on PS5 because my fucking computer nearly exploded. I don't even know what the fuck that game did. Like my monitor went all fucking weird colors and shit when it was finished with the compiling the shaders. I was just like, I had to fucking like literally hard turn it off where you hold the power button down. I was like, cool, I'm gonna get this on PS5, and like. I could be mad about that, but I mean, like, my processor doesn't meet the minimum requirements, so it's just like, well, you know, you pay your money, you take your chances. That's like, you know, I'm not upset at the game developers. It's just like it's one of those things, and I have a PS5 for this exact reason. But like, you do kind of get it where it's like, obviously, like there'll be like niche cases where it's just like, well, my processor should be powerful enough, but it's like, you know, hey, there's like 100 fucking processors that are out there, like. Yeah. It's not like your closed ecosystem of a PS5 or an Xbox
console,
or whatever. But like, yeah, it's like you just got to put up or shut up. You've either got to upgrade your processor or your graphics card or whatever piece of that's holding you back, or just accept that the game might run badly, accept that the game might not run at all, or just don't fucking buy the damn thing. It's right there on the Steam page.
I thought what was interesting about that conversation we was having in Discord is that obviously we came to these conclusions, and then all of us were like, we're not going to play this game anyway. Oh God, no.
It's just like, oh, I'm not going to play it. But...
No, absolutely.
But I do understand where people get angry of this. Like, you've got hardware like the consoles. PS5 should run a game at 60 frames. Xbox Series X should run the game at 60 frames and everything. And they're struggling to do this, or there's choppiness and everything like that. Like going back to the one Metal Gear, and it's just like, yeah, because the time, it's how much time they get given the chance to be able to do this. At the end of the day, we are beholden to the overlords, the corporation leaders who are literally saying, well, "This is the date we want the game out. Get it out."
Yeah, for marketing reasons, not because you know the game is ready when it's ready. No, we're going to hit this date because of gaps in the market, of other games coming out and taking people's attention and money and time.
Like, we need this game to come out in this fiscal quarter so that our revenue will be this much,
and our shareholders will jump for joy.
Yeah, they'll be happy and satisfied, like shareholders always are.
But I also like what I added in a little bit last week was there's a lack of talent out there as well, sadly. Like with the amount of firings that are going on like that, then a lot of them are like young people, but also a lot of them are like
veterans, right?
Veterans. Thank you. My brain was not finding that word in my brain.
I got you,
brain there. Thank you very much. Veterans who are like probably now thinking, why the fuck do I want to stay in this industry? Let's get out and go somewhere to where I could possibly get a decent wage and be valued and everything like that. And the same goes for like the young ones. And like, it's so much. It's just and it's just not enough. And there's not enough automators out there in the video game industry to be able to even help with this. Like I remember I've stated multiple times that like even before you came on Vitz here, like my boss at Merge, every time he was saying, we need an automator. You want to get these games out in to be hitting, because basically the head of the studio's mandate was basically if the developers say they're aiming for 60, we should aim for 60, and let's get it to 60 and everything like that. And I was like, all right, yeah, that's all good and dandy. It's not up to us. That's on the developer side and whatnot.
That's like me releasing a podcast and going, I'm aiming for this podcast to get 1 million views. It's like, exactly. It's nice to say, but.
But then it's like, my boss always said to him, hire an automator, hire a talented automator, and you'll at least get closer to what we're in right now. You know, and it's just like, it'll make our QA a lot more easier because we can focus on functionality instead of doing every other freaking test that's out there for us to do and everything. And it's just like,
I just think,
but there's not many out there.
No, and this is this kind of thing. Like, what discourse, like what Pitchford was talking about like people complaining about the performance of a game when it might be a them problem. It's like in what Moody's talking about here, it boils down to like people talk about video games as if they know way more than they actually know.
Yes,
I remember when this is going back years. I remember when Microsoft announced backwards compatibility for the Xbox One. And obviously the list was small, and I think they showed off Mass Effect 1, and it was choppy as fuck on the thing, on the actual stream. And I remember I was talking to someone just like, well, why would it look worse? The machine's more powerful, so surely it should smooth out. And I was like, brother, those machines run so vastly differently. And what you're talking about is just being able to put the Mass Effect disc in an Xbox One, and like the Xbox One doesn't know where the fucking RAM is. Like it doesn't. That's not how any of this works.
That's like how any of this works. Absolutely.
And I'm not saying I'm an expert on video game development. I just listen to people like who tell me about it, who know about it. To know enough about that. It's just like you get to that basic level where most people's basic knowledge of how they think game development and games work and how it actually works is like as wide as the Grand Canyon. And it's that gap where a lot of discourse falls in, where it's just like you don't actually know what you're talking about, and I'm begging you to stop.
The fun thing
100%.
is, sorry, Vitz, I apologize there.
Go for it.
But the fun thing for me was like that. I feel like I've been backed up a little bit, which, funnily enough, by the leader of Epic, because of the discourse of because they used Unreal to do for Delta, and he's come out and like defended
Triangle.
it, and it's not.
Come on now.
Yeah. Sorry. Apologies. Don't shoot
Get
me.
out.
He's come out and says, yeah, we need automators. And I was thinking, well, no, okay, thank God.
Crazily enough, all of these studios and publishers going, we have laid people off so we can be a more agile and free-flowing company. And it turns out what you need is more people. Crazy.
Yes. Chances are you needed the same people who you let go as well. those are the to wrap a bow on this is kind of we just need to be clear and manage those expectations when it comes to putting minimum specs and recommended specs and things like that. And it's also the tone of voice when you go out to the media and to the press in terms of you don't ever want to come across when your tone is like, just be less poor. Just just upgrade your PC. It's not.
There's a difference, like, and again, I can't believe you've put me in this position where I'm actually like on the same side as Randy fucking Pitchford. But I think the difference between the two things is the difference between the way Pitchford was talking about Borderlands 4 this week and the way Todd Howard talked about Starfield when Starfield came out. Where it's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. This game is optimized. You must just need a better PC. And then like 3 months later, they put out an optimization patch and it turns out the game wasn't very optimized. And it's just like, so that's where it crosses the line from it's not a player problem, it's a game problem.
It's a bullshit problem.
And you're just not being upfront about the fact that it's a game problem.
Yeah.
Whereas Pitchford is saying like, look, it's optimized. Like,
yeah. Automation, I didn't realize until obviously I got into development and everything, is so vastly needed to be able to hit the frames you want to be hitting. It finds the things that we can't dissect properly compared to what that can. So it's like, yeah, it needs. It's something that all companies should really look into. But we'll see.
Well, that was a diatribe by Borderlands 4.
I don't know if I mentioned it, but Moody got the point.
Yes.
I got both points.
You did. You got both points. So that puts the scores at Vitz 12, Amy 21, Moody 35. And if it feels like I'm leaving long pauses between those numbers, it's because I have to scroll past all the fucking games Moody got. Moody's vast
like all the points that you've got in Fantasy Critics, so settle down.
I might get 300. It's possible.
Yeah,
it's on the table.
That's possible. That's on the table, no doubt about it. As long as you didn't like listen to Greg Miller, which I've done twice now, and he's massively fucking failed me. I'm just like, I'm never listening to the guy ever again on Fantasy Critics. So, no, I played this demo. It was great.
My taste in games doesn't align a lot with Greg Miller. Like, I'm not like having a go about Greg Miller. It's just like
I am.
Like,
I love you, Greg. I'm just saying that
he says a lot of things about a lot of games, and I'm like, cool. But I've learned from experience to take a lot of what you say with a pinch of salt for myself and my taste in games. It's like,
and that's completely fair, right? Yeah. You find the people in the video games press who you have similar kind of interests with when it comes to the type of games, and then you'll find that if they are vibing with a certain game, there's a high likelihood. Not a guarantee, just a high likelihood that you'll also vibe with the game too. So yeah, go on.
I'm on Fantasy Critic right now, and I just completely forgot that. Can't have picked it all night.
Yep.
She's lost 20. She's minus 23.
She was minus 40. At one point.
No, she's got 53 points, but like it's minus 23 points off her.
Oh no, I'm
so
saying,
she was like,
she lost 40 when I last went on, because obviously it was
Yeah, because it was at 100, right? Yeah. Ames, what are we picking this week?
We're picking 2 games. The first one is coming out next week. It's called Trails in the Sky First Chapter. So
And it's the one and only Moody to go first.
why is it me? I went first last week. Shouldn't it be Vitz?
I mean, this is what the doc says.
All right. Okay.
Last week's episode doesn't happen, so it doesn't count.
you went
That's
last.
true, I guess. That's fair. That's fair. 80.
Yeah.
According to the order I have written down here, you went last week.
Yeah.
Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I wasn't here.
No, I went first last week.
Yeah, so as Moody goes 80, I'd like to remind everyone that Trails in the Sky First Chapter reimagines the beloved series, infusing it with enhanced visuals and refined gameplay. Joy and Estelle and Joshua, partners bound by fate as they unravel dark conspiracies threatening the peace, a liberal kingdom. I would
Liberals.
like to go with 82, please.
That's roughly around about when just about every single fucking game in this series is landing. I bought one of these games. I really need to play it. Of course, if you clip that out of context, it just describes 100 games.
Every game that
Yes,
you've got.
that's
Yeah.
it. Yes.
I bought that game. I just need to play it. Sure. Mm-hmm.
It's like Amy finds strays on the street. It was a video game and it was all by itself, and Amy used to get it.
On the street.
Exactly.
I just walked past a fucking copy of something called Smarty's Meltdown on PS2, and I was like,
yes.
if this is anything but some shitty fucking puzzle game,
Adora.
I'm going to buy it. And it turns out it was a 3D action
3D
platformer,
platform.
and I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
yeah, I'm in. It's going to be terrible. It's that thing I was talking about before. Is it going to be bad or is it going to be entertaining?
Yeah, is it going to be bad or is it going to be good bad? Those are the two things.
And if it's good, hey, fuck me, right?
That's a bonus.
I'm going to go 84. No, I'm going to go 85. I don't want to draw.
Okay.
I have that
Not playing
power.
that game.
It's over, guys. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to pretend that it's not. Thank you very much.
Okay. That's what I keep saying in Fantasy Critic.
I can't. I'm so sorry. I didn't anticipate what happened to happen. I don't get it.
Don't have to apologize. It's a look of the draw. It's literally a look game. Was I pissed that you nixed Silent Hill? Yes. Was I pissed at Russell for nicking Shinobi? Yes. Those would have been very good for me, at least Shinobi. Because I think Final Fantasy VII is going to get an 88. I think this game is going to be absolutely brilliant.
Final Fantasy VII coming out this week.
Did I say Final Fantasy
You
VII?
did, yeah.
You did.
Silent Hill 7. Silent Hill F.
Silent
I
The
got
other
there.
game we're picking this week, friends, is Silent Hill F.
Yeah, 88. Silent Hill F.
Apparently,
It's
never
funny if it
fails.
was the 7th.
It's not. No, I don't think it was the 7th. I want to look though.
Add in the remake. Does it get
adding
it
in
up?
No, there's way more than that in the main series. While Vitz figures out what their guess is, I'm going to count them.
Cool. Yeah. So this game far too scary for the likes of me to be playing, but I appreciate that Ames. She loves it when I say it. This game has the juice. This game has the sauce. It's got everything going for it.
It's definitely got some juice. There's no doubt about that.
And
It's called
I
Blood.
think it's gonna get an 89. Actually, let's go 90.
Ooh. You know, this is just making it even worse for us in Fantasy Critic if that gets a 90.
Hey, it's all good at this point.
I'm dancing in the end zone at this point. Just
You're not even dancing. You've sat down and started having a meal. Your victory meal.
3. Let's fucking go for it. It's the 8th.
Absolutely.
It's the 8th mainline entry in the Silent Hill series, so you weren't far off.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's one of these where, from what I gather anyway, it's a story of women being empowered in a world where they're not listened to. And yeah, that can only be a good thing. And
empowered with a lead
yeah.
pipe.
Yes.
Well, it's a little girl, I believe, isn't it? It's like a teenager.
No, there was an article, an interview with the writer, I think, of the game, talking about the inspirations, and one of the inspirations was like feminist movement of a specific time. I wasn't really paying attention to the article.
No, I didn't hear the article out. What I'm saying is that you play a teenager girl.
Yeah, he's schoolgirl, right? In
Yeah.
Japan
Empowerment of women. Let's go.
with a lead pipe.
Exactly.
Lead pipe.
And that'll do it.
Yeah, well, that'll do it for this episode of the Words About Games podcast, which means there's only one thing left to do. Moody, who is not sponsored by Adidas, it's your time to shine.
Howdly doodly do. Wrong sin, wrong start. Hello, everybody. Be proud you made it. Another day is behind you. Another week has passed. But do you want to know what else you have? That is a future that is all yours to decide. Let it fly, your heated fury, because it's time to party. We welcome each other from far and wide. We'll be helping each other all the way. Go live your best life. It all starts from level 1. Go now. High five that sky. Live long and prosper. Roll into them titties. The journey is yours. It starts now.
Peace, everyone.
Bye,
Superman sucks.
everybody.